your team between the first half and the second, and what went wrong?
Well, I thought the third quarter was where everything turned. Obviously, we got off to a great start. They closed that second quarter on a run, but the start of that third quarter, Katie, and third quarter overall was just awful. 41 points allowed. They shot 84% for the third quarter, and they were 9 of 12 from the three-point line for 75%. I told our players, everybody's blaming the refs and looking at the refs at the end of the game. The referees had nothing to do with that third quarter defense and not being ready to play. Blake got hot in that quarter, got them back in the game. And, that's two games now back-to-back, last night and tonight, where fourth quarter offense was a real struggle. Turnovers, we had 5 turnovers in the fourth quarter, only 1 assist. And obviously we only scored 15 points. We were 0 for 7 from 3 and shot 26% from the field. So I'm sure our guys are a little bit tired. We had another guy miss the game, and Aaron Gordon. So silver lining, Marcus Howard, Vlatko, guys that got a chance to play, Bowl. They got a chance to play some real game minutes. And those guys did a pretty good job.
Kyle Fredrickson.
Hey, Michael, just a quick update on Aaron. Do you expect him to be back on Tuesday? And with Paul Millsap, was there any reason that he didn't get any minutes tonight?
Aaron Gordon, I think he was leaning towards trying to play tonight. But I didn't see the value in him going out there, not feeling 100%. So it was kind of my call. He wanted to give it a go. My call to shut him down. So this is more just precautionary. He felt something, didn't feel really comfortable. So I made the decision to shut him down. And Paul Millsap, tonight was our third game in 4 nights. I had talked to Paul earlier in the day that I was going to hold him out just due to his age, this juncture of the season, and the sheer volume of games that we have played as of late.
Matt Moore.
There's no conspiracy there, so don't read into it.
We asked Nikola about not only the physical drain on the season, but the mental drain. The guys, obviously, this has been a nightmare season for everybody, including yourself. Your rotation is so short. You've got 4 games left. You're 2 back of the Clippers. It's still catchable, but that's going to be tough. And there's not probably a lot of advantage from between the 3rd and the 4th seed. But with your rotation so short, are you going to be able to get guys a mental rest over this next week to get bodies and minds right before the playoffs? Do you have enough room in the rotation to do that?
I guess we'll see. Come Tuesday, we'll find out who's available for the Charlotte game. I know Monte Morris is getting closer and closer. Hopefully Aaron Gordon will be feeling better by then, where he can maybe get a chance to get out there and play. The one silver lining from the play-in tournament for us is that after our game on Sunday in Portland, we will have that entire week to prepare for the opening weekend of the playoffs, which will probably start on that Saturday. So those days will be really valuable mentally and physically, Matt, to get our guys a break while preparing for the first round. Regarding the last 4 games, I'm going to try to get some of our high-minute guys, Nikola, Michael, Facu, Aaron Gordon, all those guys. If I can get them a game or 2, we'll definitely look to do that. But as you mentioned, we have to have healthy players behind that to be able to do that. So we'll see what happens as we move forward.
Ryan Blackburn.
Coach, I know that tonight may not be the best approximation for it, but this team has had some struggles, like you mentioned earlier, in the fourth quarter, just generating offense consistently. When Nikola is off the floor, especially with guys out as often as they are, who do you turn to in those situations, and how important is that going to be as the playoffs come about?
Yeah, I don't think we've had a season-long issue in the fourth quarter. I don't know if you're alluding to that. I wouldn't agree with that. I would definitely agree that tonight and last night it was a huge issue at Utah at home. And obviously Nikola is going to be the centerpiece. And for a long time, obviously, we had a 2-man game of Jamal Murray and Nikola that was some of the best closing basketball that the NBA has currently. So with no Jamal, no Will, no PJ, no Monte, and tonight no Aaron, you're asking guys to do things that maybe they're not accustomed to, or at least here, not accustomed to doing it in a Denver Nugget uniform. We had a couple of stretches late, 2-3 minutes to go, where we got stops and we had transition opportunities. We just couldn't finish. We couldn't score. We turned the ball over. And so that's something that we have to look at. But as we move forward and we get Nicole the rest he needs, I know in the fourth quarter, he's been one of the more clutch players in recent years. And we're going to play through him, and other guys have to be ready to step up and make plays, because a lot of teams right now are doubling Nikola, making him give the ball up, showing him a crowd, and forcing somebody else in our team to make a shot. We only made 14 out of 41 threes tonight, so hopefully we can find a way to shoot the ball a little bit better to keep the defense honest.
Vinny Benedetto.
Hey, Michael, have you been at all surprised with Facu's ability to score with the more opportunities he's had over the last few weeks?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, the one question mark you could say regarding Facu's game was his ability to make shots, the three ball. Can he make shots from the 3-point line consistently? Obviously, tonight he goes 3 of 6. He got to the foul line 8 times, 19 points, and he's so quick. And he's such a smart player. He knows that big guy does not want to leave Nicola's body, whether it's in pick and roll, in the post, and he's taking advantage of that. He's putting a tremendous amount of pressure on the opposing team's defense, which is great to see. So Michael got it going early tonight. Obviously, Nicola 29, 7 and 6, Austin, Facu, all guys in double figures, and obviously Marcus Howard. Really happy for Marcus. That kid has just worked his butt off the whole year long. And, to throw him out there in the middle of the game, first half, meaningful minutes, it was great to see him go out there and respond and produce the way he did. So happy for Marcus as a side note.
All right, Coach, we got time for one more. And Sean Keeler.
Michael, you talk about how good a closing combination Jamal and Nicola have been, and we get spoiled watching that, finish that. Does Michael have to be that guy, as good as he starts games, often for you one? And what kind of challenge is that rotation when you're playing injury musical chairs for like weeks trying to set this up? It's like a pitching rotation. You don't have any pitchers lined up.
Yeah, well, the first question, Sean, Michael has to. I mean, if it's not Michael, who is it? You look at Michael and Nicola's productivity in the 15, 16 games now with Jamal Murray out to injury. I think we're 12-4 in that stretch, which is really remarkable, because you couple Jamal's injury with Will, Monte, PJ, Aaron Gordon tonight. And that was a tough thing. Tonight was, that happened, very, close to the tip-off. So you're preparing all day with certain matchups defensively, certain things offensively, and then all of a sudden you're switching your lineup and your rotation last minute. And it is a challenge. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't, because every game you're saying, okay, we don't have any smalls. That's why we tried playing big. We played Michael at the 2, Aaron at the 3, Paul 4, Nicola 5, because we didn't have a lot of smalls. So it's definitely a challenge, but it's one that we have to embrace, because that's just our status. That is who we are right now. We have a lot of guys out to injury, so you have to find a way to figure it out and find a group that's going to go out there and play the right way. That's 2 games in a row. Mind you, Brooklyn's the number 1 offense in the NBA. Utah is one of the top 4 offenses in the NBA. But to give up 127 last night, 125 tonight, a 41-point quarter, regardless of the injuries and the musical chairs that you mentioned,